निकटे अद्वैता श्रीधे वासचत्रादारा বসে আছে গোরাচান রত্না সিংহাসনে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদিদেবাগানে आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि नरहरि आदि करे कमरा दुलाया संजया मुकुंदा बासु गोसदिगाया शिव शंकर बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंकर बाजे माधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परमारसाला शंख बाजे कंठ बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे गौरांगे आरती शोभा सगजन मन लोभा गौरांगे आरती शोभा सगजन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्राजेने वदना उज्ज्वला गला देसे बना माला और जला माला शिव शिवा सुका नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भक्ति विनोदा देखे पुररा संपदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे गौरा गौरा गौर हरे जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी किशोर किशोरी जय किशोर किशोरी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शताष्ट श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस बाई चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्णु ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शताष्ट श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय रामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय परम करुणा श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय गंगामाई यमुनामाई की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय शिल प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय युगधर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada
Namaste Narasingaya Praladayine Hiranya हिरण्यकशिपुर्वक्षः शीलातङ्कानकलाय इतो न सिंह परतो न सिंह यतो यतो यमितातो न सिंह आहे न सिंह हृदय न सिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नाका अद्भुतसिंह यायिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुबिन्दां केशवदेता नरा हरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you so much for joining us for our Sunday Feast program. On behalf of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, I would like to welcome each and every one of you today. Is there anybody here for the very first time? Please come up, we have a small gift for you. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you here on every Sunday. Today's Sunday Feast lecture will be given by His Grace Balram Prabhu. So let's get ready for that. Just make sure that your cell phones are switched off. If your children are not participating in the Sunday school, make sure that they are not disturbing the class, they are quiet. And let's make an aisle here for those who want to come up for darshan. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना जमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all of you this evening. The federal government is shut down, but our temple is still open, which is a good sign that no matter what happens in the world out there, Krishna will always give us shelter of his lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada established this Sunday Feast program primarily for congregational members who could come in a gathering like this to hear about the Supreme Lord and primarily to become inspired. So the goal or the attempt of the Sunday Feast program is to make sure that we are all inspired. Whether it is the kirtan, whether it is the lecture, or whether it is the wonderful prasadam. It should not be just the one aspect of our coming to the Sunday Feast program. So today, we will briefly talk about the problems of this material world. I'm not going to sit here and decide whose position we should take, the Republicans or the Democrats, because they're struggling right now trying to figure out how to get things rolling for the government. So, Bhagavad Gita is a scripture that gives us insight into how we should live in this material world. We know from the various descriptions that are mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, the descriptions about a living entity, a description about how the living entity comes into this world, why he suffers, and how he can exit out of this material world. In Sanskrit, there are various descriptions of a place. So, pub. A pub in Sanskrit, it's called Madiralay, a place where liquor is being sold. A school is considered or is mentioned as Vidyalay, place where Vidya, place where knowledge is distributed. A place where there is library is said to be Pustakalay, where there is knowledge being given to different books. A hotel, it is mentioned it is Bhojanalay, a place where you get food to eat. So similarly, a place where you get dukkha is, and welcome to the material world. That is where we are. So in the place of dukkha, we are trying to find sukh. It's like you want to eat something and you go to the library. And you meet the librarian and say, I need some food. He said, you are at the wrong place. Food is not here, it's next door, there's a restaurant, go and get food there. So similarly, most of us who are living in this material world, we are trying to find something that does not exist here. And no matter how many times you have heard this, but still the moment you walk out of here, you're looking for sukh, happiness. So one may ask this question, does this mean that this world, we cannot be happy? This is the most intriguing and a fundamental principle that every living entity is after. Happiness. One time a patient, he approached the doctor. He said, can you tell me or give me a medicine that will increase my lifespan so I can enjoy? So the doctor instantly replied, get married. So the patient answered, he said, oh, if I get married, I will have a long life and I will be happy. So he said, there are two benefits of getting married. One is, you will stop desiring for a long life. And the second is, whatever little lifespan you have, you will consider it to be very long. So a living entity in some shape or form is trying to squeeze out some happiness. One time a married man again approached a sadhu. Because usually you approach sadhu with problems. So he approached a sadhu, he said, can you tell me a way where I can be happy in married life? So the sadhu looked at him. If there was any scope, do you think I'll be sitting here? I'm not discouraging the married couples here. But this is just to illustrate, we are trying to look for something that does not exist here. No matter how many times we hear this, right? Krishna explains, Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This material world is a temporary place of suffering. Right? There is one ring that we cannot get rid of, that is suffering. But Krishna also gives us a solution of how we can transcend this so-called suffering of this material world. Many of us use the mixer grinder, if you are familiar with. Right? The mixer grinder has 3 blades. Right? So the comparison can be made that these 3 blades is compared to the 3 kinds of suffering a living entity goes through. Adhyatmik, misery caused by one's own body and mind. Adi Bhautik, misery caused by other living entities. And Adi Daivik, misery is caused by superior beings. So most of us, if you use the grinder, you press the speed 1. So you get, it's like you get little misery, little pain. Then speed 2, the pain is little intense. Speed 3, it becomes very intense. Right? And we all go through it, whether you are a devotee or non-devotee. It is foolish to think that just because I am coming to temple every Sunday, I have a bead bag in my hand, or I am so-called dharmic or religious, I do my little seva, problems are going to go away. It is foolish to think like that. And if anybody thinks like that, then you are an illusion. Because problems will be there. Problems will be there. Problems will never escape. We can never escape problems of this material world. All we can do from those problems is learn from it. And that is in essence, Bhagavad Gita teaches us, that how to learn from these problems. And develop a desire to understand that this is not the place for us to be comfortable. Right? Lord Jesus Christ said, this world is like a bridge. Cross over it, don't build houses upon it. But what we are doing, we are thinking, knowing that somebody else next to me, he's left his body, he's died. My parents died, my great-grandparents died. But I'm living in this illusion thinking, I may be an exception. As devotees, we have been taught to think otherwise, that very soon death will come. What am I doing about it? So this evening, we'll briefly try to discuss how we can develop this consciousness by which we can not only live here, but at the same time transcend the so-called problems of this life. Now there are basically, Krishna explains, there are 3 categories of people. There are 3 categories of people. Actually, Bhagavatam describes this. One category who is in total ignorance, who is always blissful. He has no sense about what happiness is or what misery is. He's in a different state of mind. And then there is the other category who are the pure devotees, who are very blissful, who are totally aloof from the so-called problems of this world. But there are those in between like you and me, right, who are neither here, neither there. So Krishna explains that for a non-devotee who is not taken shelter of Krishna, whatever happens, whatever suffering comes is 100% karma. Means they have done something bad in their past life. Either reaction is coming in this life and they are suffering. And then there is this other category, pure devotees, who are also in some shape of a suffering, but Krishna sends those suffering. Now you may wonder, I am a devotee, why Krishna is sending me suffering? But Krishna is sending those suffering just to show us how a devotee can transcend the problem. Now just imagine if Srila Prabhupada, when he came here, if he had got a first class ticket on Air India, and there are thousands of people waiting for him at the airport to receive him, how much of appreciation we would have had for Srila Prabhupada versus what we know about Srila Prabhupada today. He had to travel 1 month in a Jaladuta, suffer heart attacks, and then coming to a land when he didn't know anybody. And how he established his society, how much of an appreciation we have for that. So Krishna sends difficulties or problem to his devotees just to glorify them. So in between those of us, you and me, we are like in the mixed state. What does Krishna do? We have our karmas to suffer. What does Krishna do? Krishna gives us a small token for that suffering. Srila Prabhupada used to mention that, you come to the kitchen and while you are cutting vegetables, you may have a cut. You may cut your finger, may bleed, it pains. But Prabhupada explains, you might have supposed to meet, you are supposed to meet with a big accident. But Krishna reduced that suffering by a small cut. So this is how a devotee understands things. And for us as devotees, we have to be thoroughly convinced and understand this principle of suffering. So there are 4 ways in which you can avoid suffering in this material world. We are going to see that this evening in the time that we have. We call it the 4 T's. The first way you can avoid suffering is treat the problem. Like if you have a disease, you have a common cold. Now you can sit here and say, oh Krishna, please take care of it. I am your devotee. Hey, but all you have to do is take a small pill and your cold is gone. So when there is opportunity for us to treat the problem, we should do it. Unlike if you have been treated by terminal cancer, you can't do much about it. You have to take shelter of Krishna. When we are sick, we go to the surgeon, we go to the doctors, they get ourselves treated. One time in a operation theatre, the surgeon was about to perform surgery on a patient. So the patient looked at the doctor. He said, please wish me luck. This is my first surgery. So doctor said, please wish me luck too. This is also my first surgery. So we want to be careful who we get treated with. So when there is a problem, you treat the problem, if it is possible for us to get treated. We see in Mahabharata, Pandavas, wonderful examples of how they treated the problem. When they heard the news that Duryodhan had arranged this house of Lakshagraha, right? Vidura understood. Vidura gave them notice, and on time they were able to escape this place. They were able to treat the problem. They didn't just sit there, okay, Krishna will take care of me. Like there is a joke in this regard. One time, 2 persons were walking, and suddenly a tiger came and approached them. One person immediately, there was a tree next to him, and this was a devotee, by the way. One devotee and one non-devotee. Actually, both were devotees in some way. So when the tiger approached, this one devotee ran up the tree and climbed up the tree, and the second devotee just stood there. And the tiger is approaching. So he said, "Where are you running? You are a devotee of the Lord. The Lord will protect us. So stay here." So the devotee said, "You are so foolish. Right? Krishna has given us intelligence. The tiger is approaching, so we have to protect ourselves. Unless there is a situation where we can protect ourselves." So similarly, as devotees, we have to make sure we don't give headache to Krishna. If there is a problem that we can treat, we get treated. That is the first way in which we can treat the problems. And when there is a problem, there are 3 things we have to take shelter of. And this is illustrated in the life of Pandavas. What was those 3 things that Pandavas took shelter of? Vipra, Dharma and Achyuta Ashraya. Vipra means Pandavas had advice from Brahmanas. Pandavas were religious, dharmic, and ultimately Pandavas, they were able to take shelter of Krishna. So, as devotees, we have to be taking shelter of these 3 things. When there is a problem, you take guidance, you take advice from devotees, perform your religious duties nicely, and ultimately take shelter of Krishna. The second way to treat a problem is to transcend the problem. Now we hear this all the time, transcend, transcend, transcend. But what does transcend really means? Now, there are three ways in which you can transcend the problem. One way is just by observing. Now this is a common thing, we get text all the time, about when you are in trouble, look at others' trouble, and then you'll understand how small your trouble is. I don't like wearing shoes, but when I look at somebody who doesn't even leg. So basically what is it? By observing, we can be grateful that my problem, my suffering is so small and tiny compared to yours. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahma is praying, Taktenu kampa sushamiksha manu, Bhunjana evatmakam, Vibhaka Ridvagvi Purva Ridav Namaste, Jivetaya Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhag. He said, a devotee is thoroughly judged. A devotee is thoroughly judged when all kinds of suffering and all kinds of trials and tribulation come in his life, but still, Ridvabhi Purvir Vidadam Namaste. From his heart, he's expressing gratitude. And Brahma says that person becomes eligible to go back to Godhead. So transcending problems basically means to understand that my problem is not as grave as your problem. Just look around. But usually what happens is when we are suffering or when we have problems, we become so absorbed in our problems. So instead absorb others. Words of hope. Words of hope can also give us great inspiration. Right? That's why we come in the association of devotees. We come primarily in the association of devotees to share our hearts. There are two kinds of people who are happy. Or I should say, sometimes when we say, I have a problem, people don't care. 20% people don't care. 80% people are happy that you have a problem. Oh, good, I'm happy. Nobody wants to see us happy. But 80% people, they feel, okay, you have a problem, very good. But when we come in the association of devotees, primarily what happens is we are supposed to share our hearts. Open our hearts, share our problems. So we can get some guidance and some hope. A few years ago, Prabhupada used to say that, actually it's a scriptural statement that if you find gold in a filthy place, pick it up. If a gold is in a filthy place, you will say, oh, this gold is in a filthy place. You will pick it up. If you are intelligent, you will pick it up. So similarly, when we receive instructions, when we receive words of hope, it should be taken in the right spirit. A few years ago, when Steve Jobs, many of you know, he's the ex-CEO of Apple, he made this commemorating speech at Stanford University. That speech primarily became famous among devotees because he glorified prasadam. How many of you heard that speech? I'm not going to recite the whole speech here. But when I heard it, there were a couple of things that very much attracted, or I was inspired by his speech. Definitely he talked about Krishna Prasadam, but how he was a student, and the only meal that he got, the best meal that he got was Krishna Prasadam. So while I did some research, because he mentioned something in his speech, was that how some dots you cannot connect now. Some dots about your life you cannot connect now, but when you look back, then you can connect those dots. I'll explain what that really means. So I did some little research on Google to try to find out about what his life is all about. Apparently, he was born to a Muslim mother. His mother had some affair in the university and then the child was born. So his mother did not allow, apparently his father was a Jewish. Did not allow to get married, so she had to somehow give birth to the child. And then later on, because she was poor, the child was adopted by somebody else. And at one condition, his biological mother gave it for adoption was that make sure he gets good education. So he enrolled himself in the University of Leeds, and there he couldn't figure out, so he dropped out from the school. When he dropped out, he said, what I'm going to do? He enrolled himself into a course on calligraphy. Calligraphy is basically, it teaches you how to create different words in different shapes and forms. So later on, with one of his friends, in this friend's garage, they invented this computer, the Macintosh. And there, because he had learned calligraphy, he was able to create these true fonts. Those of you who are computer literate, you can understand what the true fonts are. Different kinds of shapes. And later on, through his whole career, he used this knowledge. And today we know where this particular company is because of his hard work. So in his lecture, he was talking about connecting these dots. Because while he was studying calligraphy, he had no idea where this is going to take me. So why am I saying this is because these words of hope, when we are in trouble, when we are having problems, while we are going through that problems, we may not be able to understand why this problem is happening. But when you reflect back, we can understand that whatever it happened then, it was for my good. Another way we can transcend the problem is by absorption. By getting absorbed. And we can see how most of us who are devotees, we come regularly here, hear the holy name, chant, but without absorbing ourselves into something other than the problem, we cannot transcend the problem. And to illustrate this, we can give this explanation, like if you have experienced, when you take a flight, right? As the flight takes off, as the flight goes higher and higher, what happens? If you look down, these huge buildings, this massive construction site, it becomes so tiny and insignificant. Anybody notice that? So similarly, Bhagavad Gita explains that problems can become problems when you are face to face and the problem becomes so huge like this. If you look at this building from outside, it's so huge. But that doesn't mean that you take a flight and go up to make your problem slow. The point is elevating our consciousness. Elevate your consciousness to such a level where the problems become so insignificant. For that we need absorption. That is one way we can transcend these problems. The third way to deal with problems is to transform. Right? Because every difficulty, you can see any successful person in this world. You take any mundane person. Whatever success that they have, you can attribute the success to was because of the problems that came in their life. Thomas Alva Edison, right? How many times he failed? How many times he was miserable? Every time he did a test, he was miserable. Right? 1,000 times? About 10,000 times. And then he was able to successfully create the light bulb. Every time he failed, he was thinking, oh, why is this happening? But then he made this famous statement that I know 10,000 ways in which you cannot make a light bulb. Positive thinking. Right? That's why it is said, no matter what blood group you have, your mind should be positive. You have to think positive. The last way which you can try to solve problems is to try to help others. Try to help others so that you can forget about your problems. And this is a very powerful way. Of all the things that we mentioned, This is the most powerful way, not to think about your own problems, but try to help others who have problems. So, to illustrate this point, I want to share with you a very touching story which will give you some inspiration and give you some understanding about what this principle really means. And this is especially true for devotees. So everybody awake? You got to listen to this very carefully if you really want to get inspired. There was this one Indian lady, some of you may know this story, but it's very inspiring. She's not a devotee, but the example is so powerful. She was born in a small village in India. When she was 10 years old, she got married to a 35-year-old man. When she was 20, she gave birth to 3 children. Actually 2 children. And she was pregnant with her 3rd child. Something happened in their village. Her husband, one night, kicked her off to the house, abandoned her. And in anger, he kicked her womb. So she was in great pain. She went to the cowshed, took shelter of a cowshed which was near her house. Although the time was not perfect and ideal for delivery, because of the kick, she felt cramps and she was about to deliver. So in the cowshed, she was laying in that pitiable situation. The cows and the bulls in the shed started attacking her. Right at that time, there was this one cow. She came and she protected, because every day she used to take care of this cow with a lot of affection. So this cow stood on top of her, and the cow was protecting her from the other bulls and cows that were in the shed who were trying to harm. And in that state, she delivered a baby girl. So next morning, thinking that her husband will be happy seeing the girl, she approached her husband again. But the husband would not budge. He drove her out of the house. Now in that state, usually what people will do? They try to end the life. So she came to the nearest railway station, thinking she'll get something to eat because she was hungry, the child was hungry. And because she was only 20 years old, there were some eyes looking at her. So she realized this is not a safe place for me. So in that state, she was about to end her life. So she got down on the track to end her life. At that time, she noticed an old man. She noticed an old man who was dying out of hunger. And he was begging from everybody, I have not eaten for many days, please give me some food. So somehow her heart was moved just by seeing this person and he was begging for food. So she thought, before I die, let me arrange for some food for this person. So she kept her child on one side and she begged for 3 hours. She begged for 3 hours, she collected some money, got some food and gave it to this old man. The old man had tears in his eyes. Tears of gratitude. So he ate his meal. That gave her a lot of satisfaction. That gave her a lot of satisfaction and she felt very happy. At that moment she decided, I'm not going to end my life. Let me live for others. Now what about her existing problem? What about her current problem? She was hungry. So while that was happening, she saw a funeral procession happening. So somehow she got with the funeral procession and followed it to the crematorium. There, everybody after they burnt the body, everybody left. So she thought, this is a very safe place for me. No man is going to come here. So let me live here. So she noticed that in the crematorium, they usually carry this, in Hindu religion, they have this, they make a little ball of wheat. They put it in a small pot and they carry it. So she saw that since her child was also very hungry, dying out of hunger, she was hungry. So she took that ball of wheat and then she took a log that was used to burn the body, and from that she made some chapatis. She made some chapatis and she was about to offer her child. At that moment, another orphan kid came there. She was also hungry. And then she first gave it to this child and they all shared this meal together. She did this for many years. She explains in her talks that at that crematorium, she had this inspiration, she had this realization that if I have to transcend my problems, I have to reach out to others who have problem and try to help them. Isn't that what Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us? If you study the life of great souls, they have sacrificed their life for others. Srila Prabhupada's life. All the sacrifice that Srila Prabhupada did was for you and me, so we could sit here comfortably and hear Harikatha. One time Srila Prabhupada was asked, why are you building so many temples? Why are you building so many temples? There are so many abandoned temples in the country. Why don't you take care of them? So Srila Prabhupada asked him, are you married? He said, yes. Do you have a child? He said, no. Do you want a child? He said, yes, I want to have a child. There are so many orphan kids here, why don't you adopt one of them? No, I want to have my own child. So Srila Prabhupada said, I want to have my own temple for Krishna. So our problems becomes insignificant and tiny when we look out for other people's problems. So this lady, the story I just narrated, her name is Sindhutai. You can search if you want. She is 65 years old now and she has about 1500 kids. So from that crematorium she came out and she dedicated her life looking out for orphans and then she educated them. Most of those kids are PhDs, engineers, doctors. She still lives in a very poor situation. Just because she will not be biased with her own kid, she gave her kid to another institute they could take care of. So she could dedicate her life for others. And when everywhere, she was on news, she got awards from many international organizations. So one day, India suddenly woke up and said, okay, we should also glorify her. So in one such event, her husband approached. Her husband came to this program where she was getting glorified. He approached her and said, do you remember me? I am your husband. He said, I have no husbands. I only have sons and daughters. So if you want, you can also become my son. Come and join my ashram and I'll take care of you. So although this story may sound mundane, but the inspiration behind it is something we should be attracted to. If you live in our cocoon, thinking my problem, my, they will appear to you. The problem will just become, the same structure will become bigger and bigger and bigger. If you want to transcend, let us help each other. And the best way, Srila Prabhupada said, we can help others is by giving this transcendental knowledge. Srila Prabhupada used to often joke. Srila Prabhupada said, these books that we are distributing, even if there are no distributors, this book will fly out of the basket and get in the hands of people. That is the power of these books. These words of Srila Prabhupada. So our inspiration to transcend this problem is very simple. Because somebody sacrificed for us, we have to sacrifice for somebody. This knowledge has to be given to somebody. The problems will be there. Problems will be there. Problems are not going to go away. Right? It's the attitude, how you behave when you have a problem. And these stories are just to inspire us. Not only to stay committed in Krishna consciousness, but at the same time help others to transcend the problems. And that is the whole purpose of coming to Sunday Feast program. No matter what problems you have, usually you don't come to temple or don't show up on Sunday Feast. Why? I'm having some problems. That's why I can't come to temple. But it's the opposite. Parikshit Maharaj, when he had a problem, he came in the association of devotees to transcend the problem. So when there are problems, the problem should bring us here. So we have these three shelters: Vipra, Dharma and Achyuta Ashraya. So these problems becomes insignificant. And that is the purpose of Sunday Feast. The purpose of Sunday Feast is we can come together to share our hearts, to hear about each other, discuss our problems, and then ultimately transcend those problems. That is the sum and substance of coming to the Sunday Feast program. Hear about the problems of others. Understand how we can help others. To this story of Sindhutai, we can gain some inspiration. That how as devotees, if we get into the same spirit, we get into the same mood, we can be glorious. That's not what we are aspiring for, but ultimately you will become glorious. If that is what your consciousness and that is what your mood is. And that is what Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Prabhupada every night he used to wake up early in the morning, like at midnight, and translate these books. Why? So we could get some knowledge. And this knowledge is practically helping all of us. When there's problems, we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. We get solutions to our problems. That is the purpose of Krishna conscious movement. When we are troubled, like an example can be given, like you have phones, most of us have phones, right? When there's a message comes to the phone, if your phone is switched off, do you get any messages? No messages. But when the phone is turned on, the message keeps coming, right? That is why we are in ISKCON, right? ISKC on, not ISKC off. So we have to understand that we have to keep Krishna consciousness on. Krishna is giving this problem, Krishna is giving this suffering to tell us something. There is a reason behind why Krishna is doing this to me. Versus constantly pointing, why are you doing this to me? I come here every Sunday, I chant, why are you doing this to me? Instead of understanding why Krishna is doing this to me, there is a reason behind it. And the more we contemplate, the more we introspect, then we can understand that we can live here not peacefully, but with this spirit to help each other and serve each other in a Krishna conscious spirit. Thank you very much. I got a minute before I go up on the altar. Any questions, comments? हरे कृष्ण। श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Yeah.
How do you spell?
S-I-N.
Yeah, J-H.
Sindhu Thai. T-A-I.
T-A-I, the way it sounds.
Just search it. Search for it.
I surely will.
I just abbreviated it, shortened it, but
Okay, okay. We are all going there. You'll have to go back. After supper. So we eat as good. You like it? Your friend come there.
Days without push for fun of it.
Namo पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda। Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda। Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Continued. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Using to attack people?
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare जय सच्चिदानंद जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि जय सच्चिदानंद Jaya Satinanda Jaya Satinandana Gaura Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Bo Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama. One more time. Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
I think, if I remember correctly, that August is supposed to be sung around midnight. Yeah, specifically. If I remember. If I remember correctly. I was like learning them just offhand. It's copied on. But it's copied on. That's for sure copied.
I look forward to you coming.
What does it mean fused? 4 o'clock. It's his attempt in English.
It is not working in essence.
Yeah.
So he said whether something can be done.
These aren't supposed to be dying. First it was one, I said, okay, fine. And then another one, okay, fine.
Now they are like replacing it.
What do you mean?
Some hi-fi. Like right now, Kishori, she has on left. No, like Kishore. Like on left side of Kishore. Like
I was supposed to go this month, September, I think.
Light.
But in December, I'm
Change
supposed
the
to go
color
for
or
a month.
something. Like you can set the
My house last week.
if you want white.
Because I was supposed to go out to India, but they didn't let me go.
Like he said,
Like, 80
slowly like we are going to change.
So,
To those times. That's what he said.
When?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Where did it
slowly
come
means.
from?
I have no idea.
These were a very large
yeah, I'll be
investment.
there for like a whole month.
These are $40 each.
Probably that thing, one we have $94 I guess. It is so big.
okay.
In New York, it's nice.
So like they change like once the
And the rest
slowly
of the day, it's like recovering.
they are going to big places.
So what's the point?
I have no idea.
So why should I replace these?
And that's
Don't ask me.
I know you're the wrong person to talk to.
In wintertime, it's just still no city.
These are like $40 each.
Last year I was there 3 times.
But
About 12 days or something.
16 of them. Do the math. Do the math. And they have 5-year warranty. So I'm supposed to, if I send it in, if I call them, they'll replace it. Free. It's under warranty.
It's not as anxiety as it's supposed to be after.
I don't know like
Because
what
it's-
is the
That was the whole idea. Because it's less electricity,
so outrageous.
it's 5-year warranty. So you won't be spending the money on electricity, you won't be spending the money on new bulbs all the time.
I was asked to give the little diamonds to you.
He's really dense. When he smiles, you can see it.
Whatever.
I could just do that.
I was hoping they would last.
Study shops during the
Maybe
day.
like one of
And go
one
for
problem
4 or 5
I
hours.
can think of is
Fixtures?
like because like we have like multiple so many lamps. Like you know,
I mean, I dig it.
These are very low
I
wattage.
obviously can.
Very low.
Appreciate the physical sign.
It's like 1/5 of the power. These are